Welcome back to Dark Souls Prepare to Die Edition. Just completed the catacombs last time, and since then I got a new headset and microphone, so maybe it'll be better quality audio from here on out. Let's actually talk to some people around Firelink.
Oh, hello again. I was waiting to tell you. Master Logan has returned.
I know.
He tells me that he has you to thank. Well, we are both in your debt now. Thank you, sincerely. He's just over there. Go along and have a chat.
I want to talk to you, though,
Oh,
Griggs.
I appreciate the attention. That will...
Yeah. I don't really need any of this stuff. This is a useful one. Sorcery has a lot of attack type spells, as you can see. Magic weapon is fantastic. It has a bunch of good utility too, like fall control there. Magic shield improves your shield. And they're relatively cheap.
Do stay safe.
I may use some sorceries at some point. I don't know. I don't think so. I think I'll stick with just pyromancy.
Hello there. I was expecting you. As promised, I will share my sorceries. I'm afraid that you are unable to.
There's
The basic
there's the line.
It cannot be taught. Oh, do not fret. Life isn't all about sorcery. You will find your own way. Don't frown with regret. Peer forward with your head high.
He's like, oh, thanks for saving me. I'll teach you sorceries. Oh, you're too stupid. My intelligence is 10. Yeah. I don't know. I might use some sorceries someday. I guess I need more than 10 intelligence. Excuse me, I'm yawning. Oh, boy. So let's kill these guys real fast because there's someone else in Firelink. Oh, well, that's not too bad. Didn't realize these guys could ever drop anything, honestly. Okay, hollow's down. Now, you may be able to see him over there. See if I can do this jump without dying. Yeah. Hi, Silme.
Aye, Shemai. I didn't expect to meet anybody here. I suppose great minds think alike, eh?
I love him. He's the greatest.
I'm afraid I don't see anything here.
I think that's his line when there are no special new items for him. Because I told you his stock will change. Oh, hey, Master Key. I don't need it, but it's interesting. You can now buy that thing that's a starting gift. Crystal, I think he already had these. Normal bolts and arrows. His gear. And then here's the Golem's armor. He gets boss items after you defeat bosses. Smogs, how you pronounce his name. Notably, he doesn't have Smo's hammer, because you have to make Smo's hammer out of Smo's soul. If we had beaten Smo first and then fought Super Ornstein instead of Super Smo, then he would have Ornstein's armor. And you would have Ornstein's soul, which can make the Dragon Slayer spear. So let's have him say, not to worry.
Well, that is a shame, but no matter. No, not to worry.
Yeah.
Come back again. I'm always available. Not every trade was...
What a nice guy. He does kind of like battlefield looting the dead, but that's fine. Ooh, I thought I wasn't going to make that one. Okay, so I have to decide where we're going to go today. I need to complete Tomb of Giants, which I'm not really looking forward to doing, honestly. We can do Lost Izalith and Demon Ruins. Actually, yeah, that's what we'll do today. So let's go to Daughter of Chaos. You may notice I have a few new spells. It's because I do. Fire Orb is just like an upgraded Fireball. Actually, I'm playing online, by the way. Actually, let's go talk to Kelana before we do anything else. Speaking of pyromancies, I think I may be able to afford a new one. What is the one to change my spells? Is it... No. Fireball, Great Chaos Fireball, and Fire Orb. Alright. I don't have the Rusted Iron Ring equipped, do I? Oh, I do. Great. Wait a second. Okay. I do have Ring of Favor and Protection. I thought I took it off, and I was like, oh no. Lost forever. At least till the next playthrough. Lost Izalith and Demon Ruins are perhaps the worst designed parts of this game. From Software famously farmed it out to another company. I talk about, environmental storytelling, placing things in a way that tells you about things, and Demon Ruins Lost Izalith not only visually looks bad, but doesn't have any visual storytelling going for it. Yeah, get wrecked. They just kind of sprinkle enemies around like in an editor, just like, this area needs 2 more enemies, just drop them right there. That's what it looks like, and it's probably what it actually is. 200 souls for Frept. Oh, come on. Oh, whatever. I'll have to play your games, Mosquito. So let's get over to Kelon. I think she's semi-transparent or something.
I was expecting.
So she's got a bunch of great spells. Combustion is short range, fire, blast. This one's interesting. Undead Rapport. Charm undead and temporarily gain allies. It if you have regular hollows walking around, it makes them friendly to you and they'll fight for you. But that last line, it's like, well, I know, but thank you. I guess I should buy another fireball because it's really cheap, and I'll have 2 castings, 2 slots I can use. Can I afford one? No, not yet.
Pyromancy is the art of invoking and manipulating fire. But remember one thing. Always fear the flame, lest you be devoured by it and lose yourself. I would hate to see that happen again.
See that happen again because she's seen it firsthand
Whatever you do,
in her previous student. I'm going to have to come back here to go down to Great Hollow, and then the area below that, which is called Ash Lake. But there's no rush, really. I got the majority of the items, or maybe all of the items I wanted out of there. I can't entirely recall 100% of everything. Let's warp right back to Daughter of Chaos. So, I could show off Demon Ruins and Lost Izalith. I also need to do New Londo at some point. New Londo is a very interesting area regarding storytelling with the environment. How do I get out of here? Is it down below? It must be, right? I went up the stairs for nothing. It's an interesting area in regards to environmental storytelling. There's an NPC down there that's really cool. It's just a neat area. And I would like to do that before we see the DLC as well, because it becomes important for that. I don't expect to die too much, but let's sit down here anyway, just to set this as my respawn point. So these guys are still okay with me. If I get the bloathead infection, it's fine. Yeah, these guys are aggressive down here. As you can see, they're a bit difficult to deal with. Come on, man. Non-stop. Finally. So, these little worms, their attacks aren't very strong, but they're extremely fast. So, that does not work for me whatsoever. Maybe I should go back to the... No, it doesn't really have an overhead attack, unfortunately. Maybe I can... Yeah. No, not you. I don't want you. Thank you. Yeah, the roll attack is actually pretty useful against these little guys. I only got one, sadly. Maybe if I attack from uphill, that'll be better. Nope. Hey, all three into one. Nice. They're barely worth any souls, so these guys suck. I'll just run by them in the future. I just kind of wanted to show them off. Is this guy going to be aggressive? No. Just a few of them are. I already used 5 Estus, holy crap. I think I overdrank, actually. Another really horrible thing about this area is you see the glow of the lava. It's like bloomed out to shit. It blows out everything around it and looks generally terrible. So, yeah. Nothing can be done right now. We'll come back to this area. There is actually something making all this lava. It's not just sitting there forever. It is actually flowing, and you see that weird thing moving up there? That's what's creating it. See, it's actually flowing off this cliff and down into the lower areas. Can't recall which one's Lost Izalith and which one's Demon Ruins, actually. I think Demon Ruins is the lower one. Then we go across this. I don't need to be human yet, so that's fine. There is going to be an NPC Phantom over here, spoilers, but I can beat this boss first. This is not necessarily a gimmick boss, but there is an easy way to defeat him, and it is a male, and I know this for a few reasons. He is basically going to be immune to fire. You can beat him normally with the whole rolling, attacking type thing, but you can also beat him in a one shot by doing it the way I'm going to try to do it, if I do it without dying. So it makes it feel like a gimmick boss fight. If you know the trick, it's easy. It's sort of like Iron Golem, but more so. So look at this guy. He's got crazy, I don't know, I guess they're like insect limb tentacle things. He's got a horrible, sad-looking face, like tilted to the side with his horns coming out of his head. There's like a rib cage on the left side of his chest. He looks horrible. He looks like he's in pain, and it's got that same effect around him that Kalog had, that fire mist type thing. So this message is going to say, "Be wary." Try fleeing. Okay. The second you touch that, he wakes up. We can go two paths here, but I think this left one is the safer one. So you run all the way back to the fog gate, and he does, in fact, follow you. He walks across the lava pit that he is creating. And comes all the way over here. Slams his hands down. And done. Interesting, right? One combo. I guess the idea is he leapt over there and grabbed onto the edge to get you. And then you hit him enough times to break his grip, and then he falls into the pit. I don't know. And that was Ceaseless Discharge. He's hard to say, and his name is gross. 20,000 souls just for that. So we picked up the gold-hemmed set. Let's take a look at that real quick. Gold-hemmed black skirt. This is noticeably much better than my bloodstained skirt for 0.5 more weight. So let's take a look here. Worn by Witch Kaelana of Izalith, founder of Pyromancy and one of the Daughters of Chaos. She wore this gold-hemmed black skirt before even the Age of Fire. So, I think we know who I'm cosplaying now. Oh yes. I might stick with the cloth manchettes though, just because I like them. Let's see what her gloves look like. Gold-hemmed black gloves. Oh, they're almost the same as my tattered cloth manchettes, actually. Well, let's stick with this then. Yeah, let's stick with my regular tattered cloth manchettes. I just like the look of them. And with her skirt on, she has no shoes. Should I put on the top part? Let's just see how it looks on me. Not too bad. With the sack mask, it looks kind of ridiculous. So... This is very Grim Reaper-esque. It covers your face, puts it in shadow. You can't even see you can see like your chin a little bit. It just puts like a black texture over your face, so it becomes very difficult to see you. Neat, very interesting. Let's go back though. I like my sack head. Sack head. Too much. There it is. But we never looked at Mask of the Child either. It's nothing special. The 3 Mask of Pinwheel. This is same as the Grass Crest Shield or the Chloranthy Ring. Don't need this anymore. What can I put on this? I don't know if that'll even work with the meat cleaver. So that's me. I do like the bloodstained skirts shoes that you get. I think they look pretty good. Let's drop by the bonfire real quick and possibly go back to Kaylana and see if I can buy her more expensive sorcery called Firestorm. I may actually cut this out, I'm not sure. I just want to not walk around with 35,000 souls and also go human to do a NPC evader. Once you kill Ceaseless Discharge, that lower area becomes available to you because some of his lava dries up. I guess it doesn't dry up, there's no water in it. But it goes away because he's not creating it anymore. So now I can talk about... I've already talked about Kaylog, Kaylana. The Fair Lady might be called Kaylan. The witch. The Witch of Izalith is one of Gwyn's contemporaries. In ancient times, she helped fight the stone dragons, if you remember the intro video. And she invented pyromancy, which is the first type of magic humans ever learned. The Witch of Izalith, in ancient times, after that was defeated, she had a bunch of daughters. Apparently, they either, like, give birth via parthenogenesis, or, like, she created them via magic, or something, because the only male of the witches of Izalith are Ceaseless Discharge, and Ceaseless Discharge was created after the fact, and he looks horrible and mutated, and that's why when you touch his one of his sisters. Yeah, when you touch his sister's gear, he does not like it. Because you just basically robbed her corpse right in front of him, and he says no to that. So, it's basically the witches, and then Ceaseless Discharge, who doesn't have a nice convenient name we can call him. You may have noticed that families in this series, or at least this game, have a very obvious theme. Kaylog, Kaylan, Kaylana, and then Gwyn, Gwendolyn, Gwendolith. They have a theme, so you kind of can tell who is in the same family, even though they have, like, less obvious or no surnames, really. So there is one other thing. It's not one of the children, but it is something that the witch created as well. So it's easy to believe that, ooh, Witch of Izalith created Ceaseless Discharge, because she was all about coming up with weird stuff to make out of magic. Hey, 2 for 1, not bad. More dung pies. Oh, I regret taking off the Rusted Iron Ring now. Yeah. And that's how you can kind of assume this lady's name over here. I won't exactly just state why they made weird stuff out of fire.
It has been some time, truth be told.
Just yet, anyway.
I thought you had perished.
I just came and saw you a minute ago before I fought Ceaseless. But since the quest status has changed, now she thinks it's been a while. Alright, let's talk to you again.
Isaac, please, do not speak of her. I abandoned my mother and sisters
There you go.
and fled to this land. Now I roam these parts, feigning ablution and pretending to seek answers.
So there you go. That's evidence that she is a Witch of Izalith, and the original Witch of Izalith is her mother. So that's not speculation of stuff I just said. It may have seemed kind of insane a few times. I say this and this happened, and this is the reason for this. It's not just me saying that as like a random guess. It's me knowing that from having talked to all these characters and read all the descriptions and whatnot, and put together my own opinions, and then not necessarily remembering who says what in what order. I only remember the final picture. So let's warp back to Daughter of Chaos. We will use up some humanities to go human and to feed to Fair Lady. Do I have it equipped already? I do. So I don't need to do this at all. I wish they would like have a comment on, hey, you're wearing my sister's type of skirt. Interesting. So first, feed Fair Lady. This should be rank 1 achieved. Oh, not yet, huh? Maybe it's 10 humanity to get to level 1. Are you happy with me again? Not yet.
There is nothing to say to you except use it.
Alright. Let's use a few more humanities. I think this should do it, and then I'll have 1 extra to go human with. Speaking of NPC invaders, I've already actually missed one because he shows up in an area that's so early that I didn't think about it. Oh, still not enough. Alright, well, it'll happen eventually. Don't you worry. Reverse hollowing. And then I will equip my new spell. Or maybe another fireball. Firestorm only does take 1. So that's interesting. Firestorm. Firestorm is a very interesting spell, and we will see it in action soon enough. Sure. And then back to my Estus. Let's go see a man about a horse and chop him in the face with a horse chopper. What else can I say about the Witches of Izalith? They're kind of crazy. They love fire. I keep going up and I don't need to go up. Damn it. They love making weird creatures. Well, let me just make weird things out of fire. It's just because they love fire so much, I guess. And I will actually return to this lower part of Demon Ruins down there with the lava. But I need to defeat a boss and get a new ring before I go down there. There's a ring called the Charred Orange Ring, I believe. And it lets you walk on lava without taking massive amounts of damage. You take a little bit. You just take little tiny chunks. And since you basically get hit with a tick of damage on lava every like 5 frames or so, it's very important. Otherwise you step on lava and your health drains really quickly in like 2 or 3 seconds and you die. Fire resistance, if you have a massive amount of fire resistance, you can still walk on it a little bit, but not recommended. Am I going the right way? Uh-oh, I don't remember where to go. I thought you ran across here and there's a little bridge that goes around. Oh no. I'm scared I'm going to slip off this thing. Can I go down further? Oh, I remember. I do have to go to the lower area. Go to the lower area and skip through. Another really cool thing I like in any video game, but this one in particular, is when they take an enemy that used to be a boss and just make it a normal enemy. I think that's really cool because it makes you feel your progress much more keenly. These bosses turned regular enemies are actually a bit weaker. Their poise is lower. So it's not 100% that, but at least makes you feel like it. So this lava is fine. The bright orange lava is what will hurt you. Don't worry about radiant heat. Radiant heat does not exist in fantasy. And we know this because of all the fights that happen on volcanoes and in volcanoes and near lava. This is all perfectly fine to walk around in. There's no sulfur to breathe in. It's fine. So, remember this guy? My enemy? Ah, the first boss I actually had trouble with. Oh, that attack. It's not even hard to dodge. Oh, that killed me. No, I lost my humanity. Lame. No, I want not that either. This. Jeez. Alright. Very important. Don't die. Keyboard commands. Why you do this to me? That's not what I wanted. I wanted to reverse hollowing again. Maybe I should, instead of Ring of the Evil Eye, which I'm not sure works, Steel Protection. That should help. So, what was that guy's name? It was Lost Demon, I think. Lost Demon. There's Capra. No, it was Capra, and then the one in Undead Parish was Taurus Demon. So this is a Capra Demon. And they are just regular enemies. And you did notice I'm using a lower poise damage weapon than I was in the fight. I was using a greatsword, I do believe. And he staggered much more easily. So that's the thing, he has less poise than the boss version. Don't even mess with you guys. His attacks that just ignore shields still exists, and I'm, even all this time later, I'm not the greatest at being able to roll dodge him. So let's try not to die again. Hopefully the Ring of Steel Protection will help. I want to get to the NPC, damn it. There you go. It was that easy. You took humanity from me for nothing. Ah. So we should get invaded right around here by Kirk, the Knight of Thorns. Kirk is a very interesting character, and since I'm not going to be able to finish his quest, I'll just tell you what his deal is after we see him. Any minute now, Kirk. There he goes. What also sucks is you have to fight him on this little narrow platform. There you are. Let's just show off. Oh, didn't actually go off. So his deal is bleeding. I do not want to get hit with bleeding. It's very bad. Or at least I want to be in good health status when it does happen. He does lots of bleed damage with his barbed sword. Thank you. He drops pieces of his spiked armor and a ton of souls. What the armor does is it makes him do damage whenever you roll into people. And it does also bleed buildup, so it's pretty good stuff. Not that you would ever really think to continue rolling to do damage, but anyway, here's Firestorm. It looks like this. A relatively long casting time, but a massive area of effect is pretty cool. Let's see, can I do one of these? Swing the second time, jerk. We are going to use lots of fireballs in this area. Now we can skip this entire upper area by dropping down here onto the bonfire, but I'll try it just once. 2 whacks with the meat cleaver does you nicely. I'm hoping they'll drop their demon great machetes. They're really good. Well, maybe not really good, but they're neat. You know what, if you're going to play that game of dodging back, then I'll just fireball you. There. Still nothing. Well, we'll probably have to run through this area a couple times, so that's fine. Should roll to the side and not away from him. Oh, damn it, again. If you see me overswing, like, I know they're dead, but every hit you get while they're in their death animation still counts for the meat cleaver's ability of restoring your health. So I'm just making sure. So these little statues right off the bat. These enemies suck. They're not fun. They're not cool. They're not interesting to look at. I hate them. Hey, that looks like a horrible thing with weird legs. Like some kind of centipede, huh? Maybe we'll see more of that coming up. No spoilers. Spoilers. Also, there's these wall centipede things. They're really gross. I don't like them. When you get close, they'll flail around and hit you. They also have a spit attack that will corrode all of your equipment and weapons. Doesn't do a ton of damage, but it costs you a bunch of souls to fix all your stuff. I don't think I have enough to do another firestorm. It's going to be a little baby firestorm. Yeah. I could crossbow you. They make the stone hit attack sound like when you fight the Titanite demons. And they're weirdly tough. I'm going to have to fight a lot of you guys later, but I do have Firestorm, which I will save for when there's a group of you. I should also buy some more crossbow bolts eventually. Luckily that guy's a one and done, I do believe, because otherwise he would prevent you from using this bonfire. If enemies are too close, you can't use the bonfire. Also, I don't know how long I've been recording, and it might have been 30 minutes, it might not have been, but I'm going to take a break at the end of this episode so I can use the restroom in real life and just see how much I recorded. And I guess I don't really need to think about my next move that much, but would like to make a few decisions on what to do. Because I can run for another boss right now, and there'll be 2 more areas open to me if I do so. So, need to do a tiny bit of prep off screen and also take care of some biological needs. So, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.